Oh my God, I'm just wow.
So, brothers and sisters, Satnam, bienvenidos. I want to welcome you again to another podcast, episode number 11 of New Rich, New Energy, where I have some amazing guests today. We're doing a trifecta. We have our brother Jay Rawzen over here, and we also have the beautiful couple, Ariel and Santana. We're going to be talking about truth and nothing but the truth, truth expansion, and we're just going to get right into it. So, Santana, you got the floor.
Okay, so let me say this. I had the opportunity to meet Erica Badu 20 years ago, and I used to be attracted to her, and I didn't go and meet her. I could have met Obama right when he was hot, when he was getting got elected for president the second time around, and I didn't give a shit about meeting any one of them. I apologize, I cursed. Brother, me and you have a lot of catching up to do. I have never been more excited to meet a human being than I have been to meet you, Jay. I am so honored to talk to you, brother. Man, do we have a lot of catching up to do. And me and you are going to have a dispute tonight that is going to be the most beautiful thing in human history, what's going to take place here tonight, because you know a half of something that's important to humankind, and I know the other half, and we're going to bring it together tonight through some dialogue. I promise you guys that this is so fantastic what's going to go down tonight. And I just wanted to memorialize this by saying, Brother Jay, I have never wanted to talk. I don't care about people and money and status. All I care about is true genius. And when I'm talking about true genius, I mean a person who do not have to look at notes and do anything. They just know and have a mastery of what they're talking about that is like breathing. And I watched you last week, and I've been stalking you, and I was going to challenge you and Raphael to a dance contest.
Yeah. Found out.
Wait, like, oh,
Yes.
Listen, man. I'm from Baltimore, and no one knows the best dancers in the world from Baltimore and Chicago.
They from
Right,
Jacksonville.
You know,
They from Jacksonville.
is that right? Okay.
Jacksonville.
Well, before we go any further, Boston Ballet, National Ballet of Canada, and the Béjar Ballet of Switzerland, brother. I've been doing these kinds of things before I was doing this. So I was.
See, that's what I'm saying. I said I was, man. I said I was. I didn't do it though.
Wait a minute, and to piggyback on what he's saying, we said we stalked you. We know actually already.
I had to defend my tights.
And you got friends
Sorry,
with
my
Ukraine.
leotard got excited.
Listen, we was like, this is the first time I'm talking to two beautiful men who I know I probably can't dance better than. You understand? I'm always the best dancer, always. And New Rich over here, cocky as hell. So I know his ass can dance.
Not at all. This is all I know how to do for 43. That's it. And if they say turn up, I go, hey.
I done seen him on too many interviews tell people, of course I can dance. And he didn't say, yeah, I can dance. He was like, yeah, I can dance. So I know he can dance, okay?
You need to stop.
So I just wanted to start it off in the spirit of things. Gentlemen, I swear to God, tonight is fantastic. It's a deep dive. Not a deep until saying we're deep, but I promise you, you're gonna see things you never ever saw before and heard before today. I promise you a whole bunch. And it is going to crystallize a whole bunch of things as to what's going on today. And we're gonna show you what's going on tomorrow. And we're gonna show you in a way where you don't have to question whether or not we don't wanna say we're predicting the future. We're going to pinpoint everything that's going to happen in the future, because by us having this new algorithm, I'm not sure if you know about it, we're going to get into it. But this algorithm allows us to pinpoint every crime in history, every person's name, the date, and it allows us to pinpoint all the future events. We have God's algorithm. We can predict every future event. Right now, we have it. So
Sure.
I've been talking to God, and I'm crazy. Clearly, I feel like I'm watching a light-skinned me looking at you with no clothes on. So listen, I look crazy. I'm going to have a bowl of cereal. I'm gonna have a bowl of cereal. I'm gonna let Ariel kind of bring y'all into. I'm gonna let her start this thing off with. What do you want to?
Well, I mean, I wanted to know, Jay, did you see the documentary Watch the Water?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
we got to
before
get
we
you
get
the
to
link to that.
so
Okay.
get into the 13 year, and then get into this, what year we're in right now, and why it's so important. What was done to the natives 400 years
Oh,
ago.
wow. You want me to just go up straight to
Yes.
off the dome?
Yeah.
We'll build up to it because I can't think about what he's asking me to tell you right now. It's,
You're fine.
I don't.
Of course.
But anyway, we figured out the pattern of the number 13, and we found that you will find a catastrophic event, and then 13 years later, that place gets rewarded. Okay.
Gotcha.
We found it. I can't even tell you how
Oklahoma
many
City.
cases we found, but Oklahoma City, what's the other one?
So give me some dates.
Atlanta.
Okay, so here's what we found. We've been hearing about human sacrifices. We thought that it was garbage, and we just thought of something being sensationalized. So naturally, we looked into it to make sure that these things are taking place, because they couldn't possibly take place under this system that we live under. So it dawned on me that if we're doing a sacrifice, then somebody has to be rewarded for the sacrifice. So I started looking at the atrocities and started looking at the different things that took place. You traveled the world, you were hanging over in Russia, and you understand what the real world looks like because you traveled the world in that skin. No one on this planet is going to know the world better than me and you, because we know how things really are.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking for these things to try to figure out, are we being sacrificed? So when I look at the dates of different events, I say, let's see. You traveled the world in Oklahoma City. Remember that bombing, Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bombing? And I believe it happened in 1994.
Yep.
So very public thing. I think like 178 people died that day. Federal agents, all the federal agents that day didn't show up for work that day, which is weird. The federal building and the federal agents didn't show up that day, but let's ignore that. 13 years later, Oklahoma City gets the Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team. All right, so coincidence, right? Of course, I'm a crazy man. So I said, all right, let's look back further and let's look back and see, are these reoccurring events that take place in history? And I found the pattern. So what I found is this: when you do your sacrifices get rewarded based on some type of system that, I don't know who creates the system, but it's a system in place that's inertly here on this planet. There's energies and forces that we're not aware of, and there's certain powers that are available at certain times of the year, day, night, hour, minute that we don't know about. But this crazy matrix that we're in, they know about the rules. So they play by the rules and we're not watching, so we don't know the rules. In 1908, the Collinswood Elementary School in Cleveland had a fire, burned 172 children. 13 years later, the Cleveland Clinic opens in the exact same spot in 1921. The Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing. 13 years later, they get to automobile industry. And Japan all of a sudden does manufacturing and is manufacturing for the whole world. Just in time for Japan to start manufacturing the weapons for the war that just started in North and South Korea 13 years later. So what we're finding is every event that we're finding major, every catastrophe, and I mean real catastrophe throughout history, and I mean the real history, not what they're telling us about, not what they're telling us about in history class. Like, for example, slavery. They told us the slaves that we came on boats from Africa. No, slavery actually started in the North. It started in Boston. It started in Canada in the North, and it ended in the South. People saw slavery in the South and thought that slavery was in the South and that's where it started. No, it's like rock and roll. Remember when we were younger, we thought rock and roll was something that only the white guys did, playing the heavy metal guitars.
Could I ask something to that point?
Please,
That's a very good
please.
point. Thank
Yes.
you, because we have a very confused understanding of our ancestors. So I'm half Cape Verdean, and I didn't know what Cape Verdean was until I went
Yes,
to
I know what it is.
And yeah, okay. Now, Cape Verdeans helped make their own fishing business in Boston, okay, in New Bedford. We were successful. We were of color. We had straight hair. We had nappy hair. You have white Cubans. You have black Cubans. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
So, yeah, the idea of slavery is the behavior and the control of the numbers you're talking about, which when you're done with your flow, I'm already going to share something with you that will explain it, in my opinion, and ground it.
Yes.
That's what we want. That's
listen,
exactly what we wanted.
You're going, listen, you know some things and they're going to come out tonight that's going to fit into what we're doing. That's why we couldn't wait to talk to you. So true slave.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So let me just, before I forget it. So the number 13, we should slow down. We have a 13th vagus nerve. Lost Vegas, Los Angeles, losing our technology, losing our this little light of mine in my gut. I bring it to my vagus, my 13th nerve. On Friday the 13th, apparently, your Templar Knights, High Freemasons, I love you, you secret people. You're my twin inverted. Okay, these people were so-called disbanded. Now let's slow down to 13th nerve and temple and Templar. What is caput in Latin? The head, capital, hill, okay? Where they speak in the walls of Congress with Roman fasci symbols, with axes. Obama, Biden, doesn't matter, Kennedy, they're all dancing with us, these symbols in our head. So the number 13, if you put it together, is 4, the fantastic 4, connect 4, okay? Fortified, force field, forehead, the 4 arms, foresight.
Fortnite.
So, yeah, before we were, yeah, so go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, because I was just in bed upstairs thinking like, oh man, what an awesome day to do this because it's 4/13. I'm like, oh no, it's just a bunch of 4s, 4, 13 and 2, 22. So it's just nothing but a bunch of 4s today. So I just.
Well, back in the day, they called sex skins, getting some skins. So 4skin.
Yeah.
Man.
It's okay. We were born naked. It's funny how we grow up with an opinion, but we grew up ignorant with amnesia. We must ask ourselves why. And then some of us become conscious in our temple, our vagus nerve. There's a Vega constellation up there where veganism comes from. So it's not about being a vegan necessarily. See, I changed my diet because the colors and the frequency of light, Las Vegas, it's all lights, baby, right? Your body is a rainbow, and the food that you eat, chlorophyll, the green, Hulk, okay? I go back to Cape Verde. Cape Verde en français, vert means green. Emerald green is Venus's stone. Fly in the family stone, kidney stone. Well, there we go.
I get it.
But wait, brother, do you have any friends?
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Let me slow
When
that
you gotta
down.
explain it, when just I hear the thing.
We get it. We already get it. We already know. We already know.
Listen, I've had so many interesting relationships, but when I open my mouth and I dance, a lot of folks can't hang with it because I want to unify. I don't want to agree to disagree. I want us to unify. We don't have to agree to change the world. We never did.
Right.
So, I mean, anyone in the industry, I was like, hey, I'm waiting for someone who's somewhat connected. Please, I'm open. I'm not going to say you're one of these people and oh my God, only. Well, that's also what woke me up.
Man. Oh, well, so, okay. Well, I'm gonna get me some toasty. I'm gonna get me some Tostios.
Of course.
So, 1692 was a Salem witch trial. 13 years later, the 1705 actual slave act in Boston. That was the real act of slavery. 13 years after that. So, so the real historical acts and what really happened, you're gonna find they did happen, but they didn't happen anyway the way they said them, and everything is pretty much a lie. But the devil, because the devil is who he is or who she is, they love leaving their autograph on everything. And because they love leaving their autograph and their symbol on everything, and they just got too cocky, man, we're going to do a new Holy Trinity. And the new Holy Trinity is this. I'm not sure if you followed any of my crazy stuff, but I read the art. I read the Renaissance art. You bring Basquiat is my Basquiat and me are personally connected in a way that I have been put on my deathbed. But I read the art. Michelangelo, Botticelli, Da Vinci. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What's this?
So let me do this. I'm going to introduce you to Ariel, AKA today. She is my beacon. I'm going to allow her to smash your brains out with the information that's presented on this picture. Baby, do the honors and let them know. We're gonna let you know how can you dig it and today do it.
That is
All
awesome.
right, guys. So today I was watching the documentary I was asking you about when we first started, Watch the Water, right? I'm just gonna jump out there and kind of just tell you that a lot of what's in that documentary is actually in this picture. Okay. I just saw the documentary for the first time today, but I've seen this picture a lot of times because we study a lot of his pictures. And I have been trying to figure some things out. I saw it was some locations. I saw it was some particular states drawn out, but today I got the real answer. So, all right. So on this picture.
So before you go any further,
What's up?
Okay, do you want to watch? Are you gonna have to watch the water on there?
I guess Rafa, you could drop the Watch the Water link on this video or something.
I'll put it in the comments.
It's a part in that in the documentary where the guy is explaining that basically they lied about everything, basically, which we already know. But I mean, down to it not even being COVID, not even being viral. Okay. This guy has done research and he basically based his research off of this Chinese guy in Pittsburgh who was doing research about snake venom.
Right.
Who ends up being murdered. Okay. So he kept digging and digging and digging. He had a friend that texted him out of the blue and said, if you were bit by a snake, would you go to the hospital for an anti-venom? So the doctor's like, I don't know why he's sending me this kind of riddle. You know what I mean? Like, and why is he asking me such a ridiculous question like this? Basically, if I get bit by a snake, of course I'm going to go to a hospital where I can get an anti-venom. So he goes on and he digs and digs and digs and digs. And he basically finds out that they have literally put snake venom in the COVID and the medication, the what was it, Respirator?
Yes, Respirator.
Respirator.
Yeah.
They put.
Can I say one thing before? Because I think this might go to YouTube. Try to speak in code on that because I don't want you to get.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll try to be as vague as possible. It's hard.
It's stupid, but I'm with you. But yeah, just speak.
No, I get it. No, I get it. I have to be reminded of these things because it's so ridiculous because you're just trying to tell the truth. So anyway, please, I really encourage everybody to please watch the documentary that Raphael puts in the description. Please watch. It's on Rumble. It's called Watch the Water. All right, so I'll just go that route. Anyway, so they get into the snake venom and he basically proves it all out, okay? That they found that we're not dealing with a respiratory virus. It's not a viral respiratory issue. It's not at all. It's actually the side effects of what happens when you are bitten by a snake.
King Cobra.
Okay? And the king cobra It's the king cobra and two other snakes that it could possibly be, two other vipers. Okay. All right. So I'm sitting there and I'm going crazy because Santana's like, there's a link, there's a picture. Basquiat's got to have a picture because the guy starts breaking down. He looked up the word corona. He looked up the word virus. And when he looked up the word corona, it's actually king or crown. Okay. Basquiat is
telling us about corona. All of his
right?
pictures.
So I'm like, oh my God, I know what picture it is, right?
Wow.
So I pull up this one and I said, okay, it's got the Riddler in it. What let me know was because the guy gave him a riddle
And the guy
to
said,
get him in the right direction, okay? And if you look at this picture.
Hey, one second. And a very wise man just told us we should speak in riddles as well.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This guy I know named Jay was just really encouraging people to speak in riddle, right? Right? So,
That's awesome.
that is
That's
very
awesome.
true. Yes. So to the picture. So I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, oh my
Can I say
God.
one thing quickly about it?
Yes, please.
No, and I'm gonna dance with you because I mean, before I forget, so already there's an individual stepping on the serpent. Okay.
You got it. You
If you
got
look
it.
if you look at Athena or Shiva or any of these gods of India, they're all stepping on the serpent or it's around their neck to tame it. And interestingly enough, apparently your Rothschild family, they started off with snake venom apparently as a medicine. And then we have something called a reptilian race, reptilian race.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I see what you're saying and what your man is saying. It's a formula, and we've had people decoding this, but we've been too seduced by the art and the celebrity to see the truth. And so now we're paying the price from being a groupie. We should be our own groupies for ourselves. So
There you go. There you go. There you go. So the picture has the Riddler in it. So I'm like, okay, I get the riddle. So if you look behind the Riddler, you see that it's not actually the Riddler stomping on the snake. It's actually Batman standing behind the Riddler stomping on the snake. It's the Batman stomping out the snake because the bat has been getting the rat for COVID when it's the snake the whole time.
That's right. And
right.
That's why the bat has it crossed off because
exactly.
Hey, I'm ready to dance too. Like I'm over here.
If you look at the bottom of the bat, it says nothing to gain here because he is telling you that is a dead end. It is not the GD bat.
And to quote my beautiful, very handsome friend, Fauci, he was trying to get the gain of function from the bat. And you see that there is nothing to gain here from the bat. Can you dig it? Ow. Sorry.
Okay. Basquiat was telling us, if you look down at the bottom, you see it's the upside down crown because he's showing you the crown that is corona. He didn't even draw the crown as he normally does, okay? Then if you look down at the bottom, it says cowards will give to get rid of you, okay? Now, I read this a couple of times because I was trying to figure out like, okay, this is another riddle, okay? Yeah, All right, so I'm gonna read it again. Cowards will give to get rid of you. Okay, so I'm like, they will give. So that means that the cowards, the Hollywood, the everybody who's in charge, who needs this thing to still exist because they see it's crashing and burning, they will just start giving. They will just start giving. You're going to see them just giving stuff away, right? Yep. So then I started looking through my text messages. Okay, Rafa, if you could just pull up that picture I sent you a screenshot. Now this shouldn't be blocked because this is from the state of Maryland. So I feel like if they're texting me, it's no big deal, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. I gotta send it to my email, but I'll pull it up in
no problem. We'll keep talking about the picture, but when I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh man, this is so crazy because he's got the bat crossed, that he just continues to cross out the bat. He is letting you know, and you got the Joker there, you got the Riddler partying, and you got
Joker is Fauci up in DC.
Exactly.
It is a map. Look at the map.
Yep, the map, that is DC, that is Washington, DC.
The Joker is Fauci.
The joke and Batman. This I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy. And look, but wait a minute. What did Basquiat know about emojis in the 80s? Huh? Do you see that? Do you see the @sign? Do you see all these are emojis?
I see the Target logo as well.
Yep.
Oh, and the Bacardi, and the Bacardi logo. Bacardi,
yeah, the
bat.
Bacardi bat. The Bacardi bat. Yeah, listen, that's why he put the liquor bottle beside it. He's got his funny nuances. You know what I mean? It's all mixed up in there.
You know what's funny about Bacardi? Bacardi is also the play on Cardi B, in which they're also having a dance there.
All right,
come
on, give it up.
Those are rituals. Those are rituals.
I told her she was wrong. I told her she was wrong and she was reaching when she said it today, brother. So I don't appreciate you agreeing with her and telling her I don't like that though.
And that's why Cardi B, as I mentioned, goes occur, OKUR.
As ridiculous as I may think that all of these individuals and these characters are, I realize that they are all placed here for a specific ridiculous reason too. So if you look at these text messages, I just want you to look at this. Now, this is from the state of Maryland, okay? Because I used to have their insurance cover me medically years ago, and they basically never drop you, because it's like once they get you in the system, they're like, you're hooked, and you feel like, oh, yay, great, I got medical health care, and and they just get to do all kinds of horrible things to me and my kids. So these are the messages that they sent me. Now, they started sending me messages in December 21. And if you just look at this message, okay, now you can't tell me this isn't weird. Get the shot. Get $100. Maryland Physician Care offers a gift card to become fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Now, you sent me this twice. You sent me this in December and January, and you're not only going to give me the vaccine, but you're also going to give me $100.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So for all the people who may say, I've heard that they're giving people alcohol to get the shot, I've heard that they're giving people money. Well, this is 100% proof. I have no reason to lie. And this, honestly, I'm not even sophisticated enough to be able to create this fake.
Well, I'm gonna share this so I can and thank you for your bravery for sharing this. It's important that we actually, really get down, because it's doing a number on us, this dance.
Oh yeah.
They found their masterpiece, okay, the CV thing. So I'm gonna speak in code on it. So the thing that everyone, all the stuff and all that crap. So they have to store every certain cure in formaldehyde. It's a fact. All of the stuff that they're storing to keep it fresh is being stored in poison. Now, this is a very good question before I even talk about the thing today. Okay, human sacrifice, but in my opinion, is also fast food. People are sacrificing themselves with addiction, and they're gangbanging on their intestines.
Yeah, that's true.
Serious talk. Yeah. So 90% of our baby food, fact, the FDA said this, has lead, mercury, and cadmium. So I'm going to slow down. That looks an awful lot like an opportunity now for me as a child to get broken down, break dance, looking at TV, watching the preacher, anyone but me, and nature, right? Or the artwork of this awesome genius Basquiat, seeing the symbols. No, I'm dancing with the Bacardi people and these symbol people doing Ouija on my head. So what we're doing right now with this art, really, is we're just simply showing that we're mystics. Being a mystic means you simply didn't miss it. Okay? You can see it. Some people don't have the foresight. You know what I'm saying? And so the government has been legally poisoning us even before this thing today.
They got our consent.
Right. Yes. Thank you. We go into the fast food. When I was in Columbia, South Carolina, and thank you so much again for your energy, because I feel the vibration. I'm very grateful for all of you. No, I mean, I've been nervous about stuff. You know, I work, I'm a cashier, you feel me? And I hear different opinions. And I always say, listen, I didn't do that. This is my thoughts. And I'm not going to hold my tongue. When I was in South Carolina, they had a church, and they had Church's Fried Chicken beside the church. So you got your people going hallelujah in a church, but they don't get God's food in a place called church. It's a simple question that we can ask someone that might be called Lorenzo or Tony or Keisha. Like, hey, before you go up in there, do you know what you're eating? Do you know what's in it? And you should ask yourself, why is it legally there? Right? But graffiti though, remember graffiti? I used to tag my name, illegal, right? They come for you, break your neck.
Yeah.
So God bless being artistic. We should all be creative. No one is bad at drawing, by the way. People draw.
That's it. That's it. And so
You'll
I can
appreciate this, Ariel. I do this at my store. It relates to this art. So what I do is I'll get the French baguette bags. I will draw the logo for Sagittarius, for Taurus, and Libra as one with a figure 8. And then I have them draw on it, put their name on it. And I have a whole pole by my cashier of just children's art. So when they leave my store, I'm forcing them to let go of the data, the intellectualism, the pill you took, the orgasm you thought you had, all this shit, your new car, the discounts, none of that matters. You all came here as confused, angry, needing, screaming babies that were geniuses. And what happened to us is the remote control, the birth control. I don't judge these words.
In the moon.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing, like the to bring in the Cardi B thing, like you said, it's a dance, it's a ritual, it's a spell. Okur, what she's saying, it sounds crazy, but Okur is that chamber within the Giza pyramid. She's telling you where the location is within the Giza pyramid. OKUR is the location of the Giza pyramid. And to kind of bring it forward to what you had, I believe you talked on this, Santana, was on the COVID patent itself, it has the snake and the caduceus. You see what I mean?
It has the Vitruvian Man on it.
It has a Vitruvian Man right on it. So the
medical
symbolism is
the medical symbol has the serpent on it.
So here is, we had this organized in our head, and I just want to get right into it because, oh my God. So you know how people when they want to verify something, they like to get 3 sources. Well, I like to get 3 sources of crazy before I say.
Look, before you get crazy on this, we have 1 minute, so I'm gonna have to re-invite because it only gives me 40-minute increments. Anytime I do it with Santana, you're the only person. But
it's perfect. And this is a perfect introduction.
Santana, Saturn,
Satan.
Listen.
Y'all
going to trip.
Jay, I wanted you to break down our.
I
wanted to know about the name.
You got reinvited.
Because
Ariel's easy. Ariel and Santana will be fun. When we come back, we'll do that.
But listen, my last name is Zen.
Oh, what?
Yes. Send the leg. Oh my God. Wait till y'all find out what we got here. Maybe find the other link. I gotta tell them.
It's gonna be an email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm coming. Gotta get the other link.
Yeah, when it cuts off, I'll re-invite.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my cup so I can get some more water.
Cool.
Yeah, this is gonna be an amazing episode.
Oh my God!
Wait,
okay, so go ahead and send it so I can click on the link so we can go right in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this. Yeah, I'm just waiting here, counting down, waiting for this to cut off.
No problem. So where is it? How do I find it? I can get back. Oh, never mind. I think I found it.
It'll be on.
I got it. Yeah. So listen, I've been looking so forward to this. Like, the Phoenix, man. I got confirmation of the Phoenix, brother.